I said, when that whole he said he couldn't just sign the paper saying that he was gonna give me a job because his lawyer told him not to, and that was just like with the people that you're like the people, and that was something that which I don't really want to speak on. I don't really want to speak on like the whole cat thing. He was just like, you know what I mean, with certain people control certain people.
The comedian?
Yeah, what Cat was saying about Kev, like, you know what I mean, he let them other people control him.
You don't touch base with him when you see little fly shit on the internet. You keep that to yourself.
Nah, yeah, I mean, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, cause see when you like brothers though, cause I don't know, maybe I can't get y'all running the halls in high school together, and then you telling me y'all was banging together since middle school,
right?
And then I know y'all all the way through the Paper Soldiers, all it ain't like you just came along, you know what I mean? So I figure y'all should just be able to talk, cause you really know this boy.
Right. I mean, that's what he said. That just have a conversation with him, but it's so hard to. When I did make the post, he was just like, you know what I mean, you should just had a conversation with me, which is right, but I just feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, like, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. I shouldn't have to explain this. You know, that's how I feel. Like, this is how I feel. I shouldn't have to explain it. Like, it's self-explanatory. If it wasn't self-explanatory, a lot of people wouldn't be asking me, like, what's going on? What's up with you and Kev? Why you not around?
Right.
It's just self-explanatory. You're asking the wrong one. I gotta ask him. I don't know.
A lot of people do want to know, man.
I want to know too.
Yeah, because everybody know y'all together.
Hit him up.
It's kind of crazy that you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Honestly.
Real quick, let's double back. Because when we spend a lot of time on what you believe from your experience with Kev as his friend, that makes you believe that he was really more so out for the fame. When we see Kev do things in front of his peers, like wear the dress, I can't really see if there was too much other suspect stuff, but that really stood out. Do you feel like that is something that he could come back to North Philly and just everybody just gonna be like, that's Kev, and I mean nobody gonna say nothing, but or his day one's got something to say about that?
What I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna say he wanted the fame. He always wanted to be seen, you know, and that was his thing in high school. That was his thing. He, you know, made jokes, danced, did crazy stuff to be seen, to be recognized. You know what I mean? And that, I think that's what drove us so close. Is I'm the total opposite. Like I don't want to be seen. I'm like, no, I'm back here in the cut. Like, I don't want to be seen. You know what I mean? But he was just so different, and I think that's why we clicked. But the dress thing, like I said, like I think if he think it's funny, you know what I mean, he'll do it. So I think he thought it was funny.
So you make the correlation between the SNL show that he did that time and basically the explosion in his career after that. Do you think the dress has something to do with it, or just the fact that he was on SNL and he just...
I don't think it was either. I think because he worked hard, but the SNL, I don't think it hurt.
Okay.
It ain't hurt because he was you seen him.
Right.
Like he was promoted. You seen him, regardless if you liked it or not. It was you seen it, and you're gonna want to see it again. What's next?
I ain't gonna harp on this, but it's just like in that lane, in that black male comedian lane. It's just a lot. I'm not a comedian and I don't really know too much about it, but I know you know these people. So it's just like they always have something to say about, like it's some type of ritualistic type of thing. And I'm just like, I don't know Kev now, but I wouldn't think that he was a guy that would do like, you know what I mean, all that to get down. But you never know. So I'm just asking, you know what I mean, for the people, because everybody look at this whole dress thing like it's something you really have to do in order to get on as a black comedian.
I mean, I'm just don't lie. Most of them who did put the dress on blew up. Dave Chappelle, who did, they tried to railroad him. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that, and that's another thing. That's another thing that I think about sometimes. It's like I'm not with a lot of that shit. Like a lot of that fame shit, and like people. Like I'm just not. I'm just different, and Kev know that. Like I'm not. Probably a lot of that fame shit that he early on that I'm not with. Like I don't know how to put it, but I don't like. I don't know. People always saying like when you get in early in your career, you gotta do certain shit. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. I don't know nothing about that. But what I do know is I'm not with a lot of that shit, and Kev know I'm not with that shit. So that may be one of the reasons why he was like, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm like I'm prideful. In my pride, you can't buy my pride. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit you can't buy. You can't buy my loyalty. You know what I mean? Like I'm different. I'm a different kind of person than a lot of people.
Probably people will get that from you just from being around you for a little while. So maybe, shit, I don't like to speculate, but since you already led on in that direction, they do definitely do their homework in the industry. So if they see the people close to you, they probably will be putting that bug in their ear.
Right. Like I said,
you gotta get more out of here.
Yeah, I think like I said, when that whole, he said he couldn't just sign the paper saying that he was gonna give me a job because his lawyer told him not to. And that was just like with the people that you're like the people, and that was something that which I don't really want to speak on. I don't really want to speak on like the whole cat thing. He was just like, you know what I mean, with certain people control certain people.
The comedian?
Yeah, what Cat was saying about Kev, like, you know what I mean, he let them other people control him. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean, why can't you say you giving the person that you call your brother, your best friend, a job? Like, you know what I mean? You like I ain't pocket watching, but like you got some money. Like and like you can't find opportunity for somebody you call your brother. And that's my whole thing. Like that's my thing. I don't know what his thing is. I don't know what people think it is. But that's my thing. Is like you won't have opportunity for somebody that you called your brother. But at the end of the day, like I'm gonna make it. Like I'm going like I'm doing great for myself. You know what I mean? I'm doing great for myself. And he's I'm not the situation I got going on now. He have helped me with that, but the other situations, yes, he have helped me out with. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was in bad jams, you know what I mean? I mean, $5,000. I mean, and this is really no money. You know what I mean? Because this is money that I'm touched, that I can make, that I got. Like, you know what I mean? Not that at that time I didn't have, but you know what I mean? This is light money, 5,000, 10,000. You know what I mean? Once a year, every 2 years, or whatever it is. But it wasn't. I just feel like it should have been an opportunity for me. Like you make opportunities for other people who wasn't around then, and you just meet people, and this is my man now. Like, and I feel some kind of way about that. 100.
Let me ask you this. With it all said and done, from the beginning, middle school days up to today, do you call Kev your brother?
That's my brother.
That's your brother today.
That's my brother today.
That's all that really matters at the end of the day. So, I mean, if anything comes from this, man, hopefully Kev will see this interview. And
I mean, I don't know. I don't want him to see no interview.
No, I'm not on that type.
You know what I mean? I want him to, you know what I mean, to on his own. I don't want him to see no interview and like, oh damn, I might have been wrong. Even though I might be wrong. I don't know. But I don't want him to look at no interview and be like, you know what I mean, I might have been wrong. Like,
has he ever heard you say these words though?
Like I told you that time I did text him, he was like, you know what I mean? He said, maybe you should have told me it was wrong. I told him like, if the shoes was on the other foot, I would make sure you was okay. I was like, you called me your brother, you didn't invite me to your wedding, and it was something else I'm not gonna speak on, and some other things that I had said, but the only thing that he replied to was his wife planned the wedding, and everything else was just I mean, he responded, but it was no answers. It wasn't okay. This is why, you know what I mean. You're not around, or why didn't you know what I mean? It was none of that.